Hello again, welcome back to another daily Binding of Isaac Repentance. Well, this is my second one for the day, so it's still June 9th, 2022. Decided to make another video. Well, last run was just something else, wasn't it? It's like really hard to do that challenge, honestly. Like maybe when I first did it, it was easier because there was less items and, well, no, it wouldn't even make it, that wouldn't make sense because like, unless, like, maybe... Actually, you know what? I don't know. I assume with less items that you got unlocked and you found, that there won't be as many effects that would be negative that are similar to the other ones. I don't know. I don't know how their whole system works. Maybe it's all the same. They might have tweaked something since the last time I did it, too. When I was trying to complete it, that is. Well, that was a heck of a show. Seed here is 1S34YWJD. So I did some lifting tonight. I'm gonna eat it right after this video, but essentially it went okay. Now I said okay because last video I was talking about putting 25 pounds for each end of the bar, plus it's like 5 or 10 pounds of extra weight from the bar itself. I'm carrying about 55 to 60 pounds worth of weight on each hand. And at first I was like, I was moving one of them at a time, and I'm like, okay, it doesn't seem too bad. But then it was like, when I had both of them in my hands at the same time, I'm like, whoa. I'm carrying 110 to 120 pounds of... Oh, let's see here, wait a minute. 55. It's like 10 pounds. 1 second here. Yeah, wait a minute. Between 55 and 60 pounds per barbell. And not a surprise, because I increased my weight by an extra 20 pounds per hand. I was struggling with them. Not enough to where it's like, oh, I can't lift this thing, but enough to where it's like, I have to pick it up the ground, which that was, you know, more difficult than I realized, which I was able to get off the ground, but the problem was I couldn't go too far with them, which makes sense because, like, that's more than half my weight, and just a myriad of things. So I did much shorter distance, which makes sense, but I didn't overdo it at the same time, so I found a balance. Oh my god, my tears right. So I found a balance. And then I lowered my weight. Now I did I did an extra 5 pounds. It's actually 5 pounds, let me think. No, extra 2.5 pounds per side, which is actually 5 pounds, I guess, overall. For the bench press stuff, which, again, wasn't an issue. I mean, it was a little bit more difficulty doing it, of course, but, like, it wasn't super strenuous. And then I lowered the weights for my barbell pull-ups, which made it a lot easier, so I wasn't swinging it. And then I increased the weights again to do the kind of this barbell thing where you're kind of leaning over and you're like up and down with the bar, with, you know, pulling it up, pulling it down, pulling up, pulling down, like gravity, hang down and then, you know, then pull it up. Pull up to near my chest at least. So I did that. Not as many of those because I increased the weight too, like I did with the barbell stuff. Not the barbell, but the bench press stuff, so. When I was doing the, the barbell stuff outside, I had a couple of guys come up to me. It was like, you going down the sidewalk with these? Or something like that. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, one of them was like fist bumping me and praising me with it already. I'm like, geez. Not the entire length of the sidewalk I was doing, but like it was, that's a pretty far distance what I was trying to pull off here. And boy, howdy, was it difficult. And I already can feel myself being tired already. Like I put in a hell of an, emphasis on my spine and legs and everywhere else. So I do feel tired, which makes sense because I feel like I was like kind of exhausted. Like I was breathing kind of like as if I did a little bit of a jog or something. It was like, which makes sense that I was breathing like that. Not like super hard or anything, but it was more than usual with lifting. And so I took a break to catch my breath and whatever else. Man, that was like pretty strenuous, that fight there. Go check out our shop here. Sack of sacks. Keeper sack. First floor? Absolutely here. Absolutely. Okay. Now, I won't do anything with our stats with our tears rate, but it'll do a lot for... Let's see here. It does stuff with range, shot speed, and damage. I think those 4 stats. Now, if I have Libra, it'd be even better. I definitely would consider getting Libra for this kind of situation. I don't care so much about the devil. Oh my god. Oh, the blister back. I need to be dumping that. Like, I know I had it from last floor, but I never bothered with it. And it's like, well, why am I getting like kind of a pushback with them? A little harder than it should. So, overall, I think it was a good exercise. I felt some, God, I'm tired. Just overwhelmingly, not overwhelmingly, but like pretty noticeably tired right now. Which, duh, I put a lot of energy with what I did today with lifting. Mostly out of the farmer walks. Yeah. It's gonna be a while before I get used to them. So I don't know, like, what the whole procedure is with, changing weights when you're lifting. Farmer walks, I think it's gonna be a while until I get used to them, and then maybe I'll add weights. I don't want to be, because I just upped to 20 pounds a hand. That's a lot. That's a significant jump. I'm not gonna travel a whole lot of distance, so I'll leave it at that. I don't want to strain myself. I have to be careful not to throw out my back either, so. Which I think I've been pretty good, because I think I've been lifting with my legs. I think I've been doing that right. And I'm careful, too, not to be twisting around fast or anything while I'm holding the weights, so I don't cause myself to have another hand injury. Because that would indeed suck if I went through that again. Then I would have to rehabilitate it, and then I would have to be off of it for months, and then that would also cause me to lose muscle. Which also loses time. Be lost time, because I didn't lift for almost 2 weeks because I had a shoulder injury and also like, well, kind of a shoulder injury of sore, but like nothing super bad. But I knew what I did wrong, and nice thing about that is, like, I'm learning my mistakes. I'm learning my limits. Learning how much I can put on there. Learning my mistakes of what I was doing with my lifting, and I improved with it. Like, man, like, right now I feel like strained. Able. Why not? Like, how I would describe this tiredness right now, it's like after you went out for a really hard run Oh my goodness gracious. Like, we got lucky there. Now, I could have used the lost thing. Maybe I should have. But whatever. Frickin' brimstone, baby. It's not often we get a good devil deal. Alright, let's go. Well, that range pickup, which that range stat increase we had was just kind of relevant. And good thing we got that thing because we didn't get the devil deal. Alright, we got some more damage. Cool. And brimstone, like, it's gonna be a lesser charge, of course, because of charging. That's what typically the brimstone is, but it's a slower charge than usual. We had like average stats. But the piercing and infinite range makes up with that. So that's how I would describe it. Like if you had that going on, or you had a little bit of sleep deprivation. Now I was pretty hydrated and stuff, so that's not the issue. It's just like my body's like exhausted. I'm gonna eat tonight too to make up with that, and have some broccoli as well. I imagine when you lift something super heavy, then that uses a lot of energy, kind of like when you're doing head training. In this case, like, yeah, I feel tired. My body's not used to carrying a lot of heavy weights, so it's... It's something. Let me see something here for a second. It's common to get tired after a long, tough workout. In general, this occurs because your muscles run out of energy. Since your nervous system also loses its ability to keep moving your muscles, this causes muscle fatigue, making you tired. Why am I so tired after lifting weights? Fatigue is one of the first signs of dehydration. Pushing yourself too hard. Okay, I'm gonna make a pause here for a second. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, it's normal.
Two of spades.
I mean, I had to check. It's like normally with that, strenuous exercises like that, I get super tired. But like, yeah, I guess it was super strenuous, and then it's like, so it said ATP, which I've heard about ATP. It's like energy of the cell or something like that. Type of, yeah, like I learned that in a biology class ages ago. It depletes, I think it's ATP they called it. Oh, baby. We get the same kind of effect, half price. Oh, baby. So that means that it was a good exercise. Now, the big thing I read about and learned is recovery is a big one. And nutrition, of course, and hydration. So it could have been a myriad of things besides, like, just not being tired right now. I think part of it was, like, strenuous. Plus, I was doing like the other lifts too on top of that afterwards, so. As long as I get my proper sleep and nutrition after this video, then I'm good. I'm probably going to sleep pretty well tonight from that. I'm probably going to be sore too. Not as sore as what I was a couple weeks ago. That's been going on for most of the 2 weeks. Because I course corrected that stuff. Recently. I feel like I still had a bit of a pinch in that right shoulder, but sorta, kinda. I mean, it's almost non-existent, but I made sure I was doing stuff right here. Okay. Well, I know. What am I doing that for? I can't get over there. Unless I buy a bomb. I might as well buy a bomb if they have one in the shop. They do. Might as well here. Okay. I know, like, especially when I go for a run in the winter or something like that, I get super tired because, one, the cold. Your body's trying to stay warm and everything. And then, two, it's like, you know, you're burning a lot of energy, too. At the same time. So I'm going to get more tired than I should. I mean, it makes sense. With this lifting routine. I've been like gaining some weight too. Like not lately. I mean, well, it's been a couple weeks since I noticed like a slight increase with weights, but it's been kind of stabilizing. So I kind of wonder, ooh, what do we want here? Actually, you know what? We can do this. I think we're gonna only pick one of these, huh? Let's do this, yeah. That's one of the rare opportunities you probably don't see me use often because, like, one, you know, finding the solar loss, and two, finding the difficulty deal that's just right for me to use it on, and three, actually getting around and doing it. The reason why I didn't pick the scythe one is because, yeah, it'd give me some noticeable damage and stuff, but like, it wouldn't ruin my synergy, but it'd be basically a damage dealer, and it may impact my tears rate, which is not too much of a concern, but I think with this, it'd be a nice, good little backup. Got like a Pokemon here. That's kind of cool, I guess. I wonder if Nintendo announced any like new Pokemon games this year. I know they're doing all sorts of Mario stuff like constantly. I want to check that out actually. Let's see. Like, I haven't touched a Pokemon game. What's Pokemon Go? Well, actually, that's not true. I did a little bit of that. The one open world thing. A little bit, tiny bit, but that was just like whatever. All right, let's see. Give me a second here. Scarlet and Violet. Role-playing video games made by Game Freak. Yeah, I know about Game Freak. This is like another open world experience. Kind of like the other one. The new Pokemon, of course. Like, I think we're past 1,000 Pokemon point. Last time I checked was like, what was it, a couple of years ago, and it was like, what was it? It was like the 900s or something like that. If you count the Mega Evolutions, which is just like... I don't even know how the Mega Evolutions work. I assume they work similarly to like Digimon. Which I guess you have these digital watches or something like that. I'm trying to remember Digimon. I think they had like these digital watches where you can like transform your Digimon to a more powerful Digimon and then revert them back. Is that right? And you got like special chips or something like that for your watch, or like I didn't really watch much of with that show, but I remembered tiny bits and pieces, just very tiny bits. So I'm not sure if that's accurate with what I'm coming with. I mean, there's another one that was like Bakugan, and that was... I almost forgot about Bakugan. That was another one. It was... Oh, I don't want that. That was something else, too. I can't even remember what the hell they were. If I would, like, look it up, the intro of the show, and then watch an episode, I'd probably remember everything about it. To a point. Well, not everything, but remember what I did remember at that point. Maybe. It's kind of like when I recently remembered about Beetleborgs. I remember the theme song when I thought about it after all these years. Beetleborgs. Beetleborgs. Yeah, I know. I've watched it so many times. Like, I knew the theme song. Because that was supposed to be kind of a spin-off. No, well, not a spin-off. It wasn't made with the same owners, I don't think. But it was supposed to be something like a rip-off, I guess they call it, of Power Rangers. But it was in a beetle form. Very similar to Power Rangers. And that was on Fox. That was I think it was before... Well, was it Fox Kids back then? Because I know there was Fox Kids, right? In 2000s. Was it still Fox Kids, or was it something before that? Or there was something before that? I mean, I can't remember. You guys could join. Look at that. That's actually pretty good. I can't remember if I've seen any other, like, rip-offs of Power Rangers or not. But, I mean, if I went through the list, like, maybe. Like, I went through a list before, and I was talking with someone. It's like, oh, yeah, I remember this thing. Or whatever. And it was, like, from the 90s or early 2000s. I'm like, I don't remember that. And I think it was on a specific channel that I didn't have as a kid at the time. Which made sense, because sometimes, like, the thing about it was... Sometimes we just had basic cable, sometimes we did it, depending if we can afford it or not. That was the thing back then. Of course, nowadays, it's like, you know, you got streaming and you could just... It's more affordable than cable. Light TV stuff. Like, I did try a little bit of Hulu. I did YouTube TV. That was okay, but I didn't want to pay for it, so I'm using somebody's Hulu account. Which is okay. I mean, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV. I did a little bit. I actually watched the football game months ago. Like, I don't even know the last time I watched a football game by myself. I got since the 2000s. Because I used to tape record them. For somebody. As well as, like, maybe some baseball games. WWF. Which then I think later on there was a little bit of WWE. When they first changed it, I think. And then the Winter Olympics. What was it, 2004? 2, 3, something like that, 1. Salt Lake City. Which I barely remember that. But, because I didn't really care so much for the Olympics and sports, but... No, the wrestling stuff, I think I got kind of into when I was a kid. You know, Vince McMahon, he's still around. Then you had Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I think his slogan was like, open up a can of whoop ass, I think it was. And the 316. John 316, I think it's called. His little slogan. I forgot what that was about. I remember there was something like that. And then you had The Rock, of course. Then you had The Undertaker. Then who else was there? Like, I'm kind of blanking on some on names. They had the guy with the mask. There was a guy there was a overweight guy. He had a mask. I think he was the one that died from the cage thing. That was dropped down. He was dropped down, and then something happened, and then it collapsed, and the episode was cut. And they did a memorial thing, which I have video of that. They did a memorial in honor of him. Like, I know about, like, the whole thing about the wrestling being fake drama and stuff like that. I mean, it's, you know, performance. But this was an exception. This one wasn't so much performance because someone actually died. And so there was, like, real emotions to stuff, and it was very interesting. I should go back and, like, watch it. I doubt there's video on YouTube of it because of the whole copyright thing with Viacom, but I should have a tape somewhere of it. If not, there might be some other way to, like, get a hold of it, to where I don't have to go back with the tape and ruin it or whatever, playing it. Gift that keeps on giving. Like, I won't do much here, but... Well, I guess if it passes through them, then it does extra damage. And it gets whatever is behind there. Maybe. I assume that's synergized with it. Someone call these cardio coins, by the way. It's a good term for these. Makes sense. So what was I going on with television and stuff? I'm trying to remember how it started it. Ooh, nice tears up. Man, what was it about? I was trying to get at with it. Man, I'm blanking here. Oh, I guess I was talking about Pokemon and then talk about the old days. That's probably what it spurred it on. Gosh darn kids, essentially. I mean, we could say Golden Teleporter, but I think we're good. I'll eat up more of the run than it should, anyways. It's fun. An underrated item. Notice I didn't say overrated, so... This is our last shop, isn't it? Yeah. Make it count. Hell yeah, brother. You smell where the rock is cooking? I've been playing this game so many times. I'm like literally using one hand for directional control and the other hand for firing. On a keyboard. It's so ingrained to me, playing on keyboard. Controllers, not so much, but like, I'm a little better with controllers now than what I used to, but... This looks like this could be a super secret room. Nope. I'm surprised with the time I have here. I didn't get the boss rush in time. All right. I don't think I went to my secret room. No, I did not. Not my secret room, but my item room. I don't think I did. No, I have. That's right. We're out of here. This run's looking really good. Really good. Ah, it's possible it could be here. All right. I'll take that. I know earlier after I did some lifting, I had some like throat issues, which is very similar to after I get back from a run, my throat gets tightened. So there's that too. It's kind of cool. I think I do get that from time to time when I'm lifting in general before I did this weight increase stuff. Probably something connected to the lungs and the throat and the spinal cord. Oh, you sneaky dog. I did see too, by the way, speaking of like Nintendo, kinda. Well, yeah, I guess it's kind of, they have some kind of partnership with Nintendo, technically, Sega. Before they were, well, after they were not really competitors so much now. There's an open world Sonic game, I guess, was shown for whatever this gaming convention stuff is going on. Like, I don't know what it's called. It's definitely not E3. It doesn't look like it's complete. Someone's saying like, oh, this looks like an acid flip project, which it does. With the Unity engine, which I think that's what they're using too. I mean, an open world Sonic game would be pretty good. If they do it right. That's the thing. If they do it right. Like, I like something like that. That'd be something I definitely would like if they do it right. Because a lot of times with these Sonic games, I've noticed, like from videos, is that there ain't like some side thing you can do where it's like, you know, slower pace. Like, yeah, they were going for faster pace for most of the campaign stuff. But it's like, you could stop and, you know, interact with the world with finding little secrets and stuff like that with like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. A little bit of Sonic Adventure 1. But then, like, they have, I mean, I guess Sonic 2006 was supposed to be one of those open world things, but that kind of sucked from what I was reading about. Like, I played very little of it. I got tired of it. I didn't go through the whole thing. But the other Sonic games I've seen, it's just too fast-paced. You know, you're going like a million miles a minute. Going all these different loops, and there's like all this jumping action stuff. I mean, I guess Sonic Heroes was getting into that kind of thing. It was an okay game. I say okay because, yeah, it was faster paced, but it wasn't so much with exploration, open world stuff. But it was still pretty good overall. And I played like the Game Boy Advance stuff, which, you know, there's some slow-paced things. You can just go back and be like, hey. Ooh, stapler. You can go back and collect coins and stuff instead of be like, you have to constantly move and everything. Like, a lot more than usual. What other Sonic games I've played? I know there's like other ones. Well, anyways, an open world experience would be very interesting if again done right. And I'm assuming they're doing that in response to like, well, part of it is like the whole open world stuff going on here. After all these secret room items you give me, my dude, you give me a missing page. I mean, thanks for the help, but whatever. Like, you know, you got a Halo Infinite that did a big open world stuff. Then you got like, of course, Red Dead Redemption 2, which I played a little bit of it years ago. Then you got like, oh, Grand Theft Auto 5 is probably not going to be dead anytime soon. Let's face it. They just made another version of it. Their third version. And Elden Ring is a huge one. That's the huge deal there. So I think there's this kind of push to be like, all right, let's try and make our own open world Sonic game, which open world in itself is like a tremendous task if you're not doing it right. You don't want something where it's like, oh, you could do this X task here and whatever. And you're like, oh, follow this. Hey, do that. Hey, do that. You know what I mean? It's the same repetitive, redundant missions in order to get XP, like some Ubisoft game. Now, keep in mind, I haven't really played much with Assassin's Creed, so I can't tell you about Origins, Odyssey, you know, all these other big ones I heard about. But part of the problem with that was like this issue with doing a bunch of repetitive tasks and very grindy. So I don't know how Sonic is going to be, because it looks like it's very early, and I don't know when it comes out. I'm gonna actually look it up here. It's like Sonic Frontiers, I think it's called, right? Let's see. That was like one of those things where it's like, that would have been so cool to be playing a Sonic game that has open world. Sonic see, palm trees. Yeah, I know. Google. Initial release date 2022. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know about that. Q4 2022. So essentially between October and December, which I'm thinking they're pushing for a December release, more than likely. Unless they, I hope they delay it, because that's not... Because you see, when you see Q4, that's Q4, which means that is... Because, like, it's split in the quarters, right? So there's, like, 12 months in a year. So 4 divided by 4. 4 times 4, no, that'd be 16. So yeah, 3 months. 3 months is a quarter. Let's see. Traffic lights. Again, Google, thanks. Why can I not pull up my wiki page? There we go. Fall into a wormhole. Okay. The series' first open world where the player solves puzzles to collect items and fight robots. Uh-huh. Development began after the release of Sonic Forces 2017. Wanted Frontiers to set a new template for Sonic games to follow, similar to Sonic Adventure. Uh-huh. 1998, yep. I mean, it's great, like, kind of following the old roots, but coming out in they've been working on it since 2017. Like, doesn't look like it's done yet. It's kind of like with Halo. Prime example, Halo Infinite. That was being developed for several years, too. And it was not even done. Like, to give it another year because of how bad it was and how pissed people were with it. And I want to see if I'm still recording here. Yeah, I'm still recording. Good. I want to make sure I unpaused it earlier. Cursed Penny. Yeah, I'm definitely not taking that after what happened last run with the TM trainer. I guess in certain circumstances that item can work pretty well, but I really don't know what could be useful for that except for like maybe try to get the IM error. I suppose that could be really useful. But I don't have the patience to keep teleporting all over the place until I find it. Or get into the devil deal. I wonder if that gets me the devil deal too. I think that would work. Yeah, because it'd be like the golden teleporter, where you're randomly teleporting, but only this is all random instead of like, you know, based on how much stuff you completed in order of priority. But yeah, I'd say with Halo Infinite is a prime example of an open world thing they were doing. And then it didn't look like it was finished, and there's a bunch of bugs. That was a new Brimstone sound. I never heard that one. Unless maybe I kept missing that, or if it's a recent update change with the Brimstone sound for that. Used to be the old Brimstone sound. I think. Maybe not. Maybe I haven't heard it in a while. Anyways, yeah, I'd bring up that example because it's like, you know, make this claim, oh, we spent over $500 million on a new engine, completely new engine that has a bunch of issues with it. Like, and we have to wait over a year before, like, you get something substantial. Maybe even 2. Similar to, like, Master Chief Collection. Only that took actually longer, now I think about it. Could be longer than, you know, a year or 2 years. We'll see here. Till it's actually a decent game. I mean, the campaign was okay, but, like, I didn't like, you know, going around and be like, hey, Chief, go over here. Hey, Chief, go over here. Hey, do this thing. Hey, do that thing. So, this is what I'm kind of saying with, like, Sonic Frontiers, because I did see some of the footage of it, and it did look like it was incomplete, too. I'm like, oh, God, is this going to be, like, another Halo Infinite thing where it's, like, they're going to release it not completely finished and organized? It's common on all platforms. I think PC too, maybe. Definitely on Xbox. I just don't want to get suckered in buying it and be like, oh, this thing's a piece of crap. Oh, it might be good. It might be good. I don't know. But they have a history of, I guess, sucking with games with it lately, from what I was reading about. And I haven't bought a Sonic game. I mean, I guess I bought a Sonic game that I've yet to play. It's supposed to be like Sonic 4, which is supposed to be based off of like the original 1990s Sonic Sega Genesis stuff, which I was rating is actually pretty good, and I haven't got around to try it. And then they have like another one sequel to it. And then I have Sonic, oh, what's that Sonic game? I haven't played much of it. The one where there's like an alternate dimension, there's like another old school Sonic with regular Sonic. That makes sense. I don't know what the deal is with that. And then there's like the new Eggman and the old Eggman, I think. So I guess those could be the exception there, I suppose, as recent as back then with that. But then, like, the other stuff I've heard I don't know. I could just wait and see, maybe. When we get closer to it. And just kind of make a careful judgment whether to get it or not. Because, like, I was kind of fooled about, like, Fallout 76. That's another open world one that pretty much crashed and burned. That I was almost thinking about pre-ordering. Almost. And then I decided, I'm not going to do it. I forgot the reason why. Maybe because I just didn't want to, you know, play another Fallout game. After playing Fallout 4, which was, like, not as great as what I hoped it to be. Like, it was okay. Just okay, but they were just riddled with bugs and repetitive crap. Like, I've been in the game. You just give me death certificate, my dude? Whatever.
One makes you larger.
I don't even know if it's even better on the PC now I think about it. If it was poorly optimized on the original Xbox, and that's supposed to be like, you know, probably not as powerful as my PC, I probably still would have issues. Well, now that Microsoft owns Fallout, they might optimize it someday in the future. Maybe. Maybe fix it. Skyrim is not bad on the PC. I know that. They made, like, I don't know how many different releases. I got the original 2011 one. The DLC almost entirely hard to find on Steam for the original one. And just like that, I'm not as tired now. What them apples? And we got like a big ass chest. What the hell? That's a rare get. Ooh, this gives us blue brimstone, I think, right? No. I thought it did. And it's that decap attack. I guess we just take these two. Yeah. We carried that jar since the beginning, like it. Didn't do too much for us. That's fine though. Chaos card, we've been just kind of carrying that around for whatever. I don't think Chaos card works for Delirium if we get Delirium portal. But I kind of wonder if this would open up the Mega Satan door. Because you can open up certain doors with this card. I think you can use it to open up the home door. I think. Kind of like with the throwing key thing, where it's like you can just open up the mom door. We'll try that out later. I'm pretty sure you could. Uh-huh. So I don't know, maybe it'd be good. Maybe it's gonna meet my expectations and I might be underestimating it. I kind of wonder here something here. One thing about Sonic Frontiers. What the retail price is. Sonic Frontiers price. Would this be full price or not? Somebody asked one of the Google questions. Is Sonic Frontiers the last Sonic game? I don't know why that would be something in there. Who is Sonic EX here? That's a name. Full price. All right. Full price of the games. Which I think they increased to $70, right? Because of the new generation stuff. And that's kind of steep. That's a bold AAA price if you're going to do an open world Sonic game for that price. Because I don't know how much Sonic games were before this. I don't know if it was like full retail price too or something slightly different. So I know, like, I think the regular Sonic, 4 stuff, that was the less of a price. So when you're saying a full retail price, we're talking about the same price as what Elden Ring was. That's a bold claim for a Sonic game to be open world and full price. And it doesn't look like... It looks like it's incomplete, so I'm a little concerned about that. Same thing with the retail price with Halo Infinite, but the reason why Halo Infinite is... the reason why I didn't pay for Halo Infinite was because it came with the Game Pass. Because I had something in the back of my mind thinking, like, this is probably could be one of those games where it's like, I'm going to do the campaign, and because it looks incomplete, like, I'm going to have buyer's remorse if I purchased it. Sure enough, I didn't purchase it, and sure enough, I was right, and I dodged a bullet. So, the Sonic game, it's more than likely won't be like on the Game Pass day one. More than likely. So, I'm going to sit back and just kind of wait for a little bit to see what people's opinions are with it and watch the footage before I make the determination. Like, I made a mistake of purchasing Advanced Warfare years ago. Because I got, tricked into believing, hey, this could be good. And, well, no, not really. Or at least for my perspective of it being garbage. Though I did see about the whole Modern Warfare 2 thing that came out. I don't know. Like, I think at this point I'm not interested in COD games anymore. Because of the sweatiness and the crazy levels you have to build up before you're, like, really good at the game. And then by then it's like they already got another Call of Duty game coming out next year, and your rank doesn't really matter too much. And then they'll close the servers some years later. So, there's that, I suppose. I mean, it looks better than Advanced Warfare, that's for sure. This new one. Call of Duty game. Am I missing something here over here? Oh, yeah. Check this out. Kidney stone. Well, I don't know if the brimstone would screw anything up here or not. Dice is interesting. For sure. Let's try it. Halitosis, or hyphotosis, whatever. I heard it's called hyatosis, but man, I'm pronouncing it wrong beforehand. Hematenesis, how about that? Damn apples. Got the Soul Cane! Check this out. Yo, since we know where the other thing is. A rare opportunity where you have cracked orb, and then you know where that room is, and you have the ruin to get over there. Or whatever thing that gets you over there. Oh, I don't know about marked. Oh, well, I didn't hurt the check. Okay. So we'll see. We'll get closer to launch. I mean, I could look into more videos of it and see what else they got in store. For me, it's just like, I mean, you have to be kind of leery with new games coming out. Because, like, it seems like there's been less and less effort put into... Okay, we didn't get it there. Less and less effort to put into, like, say, making the games and stuff, and there's more emphasis on season passes and DLC, and like they make the content like before the game come out for like DLC and season pass stuff, which is like some of it at least. That's like absolute nonsense. But hey, if you need to make an extra buck, there you go. And microtransactions is the big thing. All right, let's try this now. Wow, we tried. I thought that would work, honestly. You'd think, like, the Chaos card would open that. Unless maybe you need more than one. Well, kind of say we didn't try. And not only that, I haven't really bought as many games over the years either. So there's that too. So I can't really tell you for certain, like, what's a good one or what isn't. I mean, it's up to you. You know, some people like puzzle games, some others don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just kind of throwing that out there with, like, my opinion with it is all. I don't know, maybe Sonic Frontiers would be pretty good. We'll just have to wait and see. But I definitely know, like, Elden Ring was, like, really good. Even though it was difficult and frustrating and everything else, it was a fun kind of game to be, like, hammering my head into it. Anyways, we had a really good run. Really fairly fast run, too. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.